Hello, my sweet friends. This is Tracy, and I am sharing my spin on the Dollar Tree pizza pan crafts. Now, if you feel like me that you had been living under a rock and you have not seen these pizza pan crafts, do not feel alone because I've just recently discovered them and I didn't realize that they were such a thing and they are trending as big as they are. Using pizza pans from either Dollar Tree or Walmart or anywhere that you want, people are turning them into very sweet and trendy decor. All you have to do is poke around on Pinterest or on the Facebook groups or search here on YouTube and you will find lots of different crafters that are decorating with these pizza pans. So let me show you my take on it and show you how I did it. Here are my supplies: a pizza pan, a placemat, all from the Dollar Tree, as well as some nautical rope. Now, the eucalyptus bush I got from Walmart, some flowers I got from Michael's, and burlap ribbon that I had on hand. So the first thing I did, just to prepare my little pan, I'm just going to paint the outer edges of the pan. I'm not doing any kind of primer or anything like that, but I'm just going to paint 2 coats of moss green around the pan. Then I take my number 10 flat paintbrush and I give some stripes around the edge of my pan with some hunter green acrylic paint. It was just the colors. I tried to pull out colors that were in the placemat, and so I'm just going to give it just a decorative edge. I'll use the end of one of my paintbrushes to give some dots in between each of the stripes. By dipping the paintbrush in the paint every single time, that gives me the most even dots. A tip that I learned in the dollar store crafting group on Facebook is if you take one of these grease splatter screens, that is the perfect circle for tracing out your placemat, and it works perfectly. It's the perfect size for the pizza pan, and so you can see through it, with the little screen. So I'm just using my ultra fine Sharpie marker and just tracing that out. Then I'll just take my scissors and just cut out the circle. Once my paint was dry, I did put a gloss sealer on it just to kind of help protect it from scratching a little bit. So to glue my placemat on my pizza pan, I'm using my Aleene's tacky glue. Now, I bought this big tub of tacky glue a couple of years ago. I got it at Joann's. I used a coupon, so that's why I still have a lot. But you can get small bottles in the craft store. You can also get them at Dollar Tree is what I would recommend, but I'm just using what I have. And so I just put a lot of not hot glue, the Aleene's tacky glue on the back of the placemat. And then I'm just going to smooth that on the pizza pan, and that works really well. This is how my little craft is coming together, just like this. So now I'm going to make a swag with just some different greenery as well as some flowers. And I'm going to show you how I made that using this bush from Walmart. It's the green eucalyptus mix bush. It has so many different textures of lamb's ear and eucalyptus, and it has berries in it, and it just has different foliage and vines and just all kind of green goodness. And so I'm going to cut off a couple of stems of that. And then these white flowers are from Michael's, and then I cut off a couple of stems of those. And I just love the different textures of mixing all of this together. And then so I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I want my swag to start, where I'm going to want to glue it down. So I just take the stems and I just kind of bend them, and I want it to be draping around the side. So then I'm just going to wire all of that together once I get the look that I like. Now, I really could have benefited from having a smaller glue bottle. I only had this large bottle of the Aleene's Tacky Glue, so I just had to use a stick to get it out. But what I'm doing is I'm just putting some tacky glue, and I know it looks like a big old mess, but I promise you that this Aleene's Tacky Glue dries clear. And then I'm just going to hot glue some places and put my nautical rope, and I promise in the end result, the glue dries clear and we are good, and my project turned out so stinking cute. I just used a baby wipe to kind of clean up any of the excess glue, and we are good to go. So once my nautical rope and everything was dry, I wanted to go ahead and put on my swag. So I'm going to use my tacky glue as well as some hot glue. And those black clips or clamps are things that I have in my craft room that help me hold things down while they dry. And so I'm just going to clamp those on there and let that dry. So the next I'm going to make a bow out of the 1.5-inch burlap ribbon. There are many ways that I like to make bows. I wanted a simple bow. I didn't want it to be overpowering for this little decor piece. So to make this bow, I have, I call it my Loopy Bow. I just have some loops that I'm gathering it in the middle, and then I'm twisting it so that the tail is kind of, on the top. And so then I scrunch it in the middle, I twist it, and then I like flip it up. Then I make the loop, I, gather it in the middle. Then I go the other side and I make the other loop and then twist it. And I keep, the key is to kind of twist it in the middle, and when you come to the middle of the bow, when you're holding it together in your hands. And I know I get some comments that some people have problems holding it, but clamps are really good for holding it if you have problems holding it in your hand. And then once I have the desired fullness that I want, then I use a chenille stem to secure it in the middle, and then I fluff my bow. That is extremely important when you make a bow, is once you are finished, make sure that you are using wired ribbon and fluff your bow. So then once I have my bow how I want it, then I just attached it to the stems of the little swag, and then the glue is what's helping me because it's not all the way dry yet. So I'm just going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to also use some hot glue and glue all of that down. Then I'll use my clips to let that dry. I'll clamp it on there and let that dry completely. If you recreate one of these Dollar Tree pizza pan crafts, I would love to see it. Share it with me in the Country Charm Crafty community. Follow me on my Facebook page or tag me on Instagram. All right, guys, thank you so much for your sweet, positive comments and always your support. We will talk to you very soon, and God bless.